Okay, good morning. So, day 10. So, 3 sections yesterday and a lot of road walking. And then everything, and I do mean everything, sort of went wrong. So, first of all, my brand new power bank, 20,000 milliamps, that I charged up when I slept in that shelter trailer thing a couple of nights ago, and I haven't used since because I had power on everything. Was supposed to be at 100%. Made it to camp last night after 44 kilometers, most of it road walking, and it's at 0% power. So I'm down to the last 20-30% on my camera, 15% on my phone that I use for navigation, and that is why I have decided that since I cannot trust that power bank, I'm not even gonna try to charge it up anywhere. I'll just make it as close to Göteborg as I can, and then I'm gonna call it quits, get the first ferry home, and hopefully somewhere in there I'll be able to find some electricity for my phone so I can buy a ticket home. Really annoying, because it's not like I don't want to finish this. My feet are actually feeling a lot better than they did yesterday, especially considering the amount of road walking I've done. And I've just managed to restock on painkillers and band-aids, so that all really sucks. But if I can't trust the electronics, then I can't get a ticket back home, and then I don't want to go to the end of the trail, which is roughly 30 kilometers south of Göteborg, and then not be able to buy a bus ticket back because everything is electronic these days. So yeah, that's where we are. That's the situation. I've sort of plotted a route with the small amount of electricity I have on my phone. So if I continue along the trail 5-6 kilometers, I should come to a highway of some sort that I should be able to follow all the way back into the center of Göteborg, and then I just need to find the ferry terminal. But yeah, that's what's happening today. Not the way I wanted to end this, that's for fucking sure. But unfortunately, you can't always get what you want. Isn't that what Rolling Stones wrote a song about? Yeah, I think it was. So, yeah, one foot in front of the other. Wake those bad boys up. Get back home. Get back home. Oh yeah, something else that was almost very costly yesterday. I found a very cool place along the trail. It was nice, wide, a bit like from the water over there to the incline over there. Path went straight through it. There was big lakes on both sides. I figured this would be a very cool place to get like a top-down shot with my drone. I have a DJI Neo, and I am not impressed with what it did yesterday. Apparently, first of all, I'll give you the settings. I had a neutral distribution filter on because it was very sunny, and I had gotten it up to, I don't know, 35 meters, something like that, before tilting the camera down. However, apparently, when you have a natural distribution filter on and you tilt it 90 degrees down, there's a very good chance that the gimbal will get locked in place in the frame of the drone. Of course, that happened to me. So, you might say, well, that's not a big problem. Just bring it straight back down and you're good to go. Fix it, try again, or pick up the filter and try again. No. When the DJI Neo senses that the gimbal is, according to itself, overloaded, instead of just staying put and maybe rely on the pilot to actually have control over the damn thing, it tilts forward to try to get the gimbal back within its normal range. That resulted in the fucking thing just taking off like a bat out of hell. I'm glad I had it up so high, otherwise it would have just crashed into trees or anything like that. It just went mental, just fucked off. So I had to ditch my pack, run after it, so at least I could still hear where it was, even when it was out of sight. And then once I got control over it, I had to try to navigate it back by using sound. The sound of the propeller, that was what I had to go on. I managed to do it, but it took, I don't know, 10 minutes or something like that of me running around in the woods trying to hear where my drone was and trying to counteract the panic attack it had. The gimbal in the DJI only goes up and down, and then it uses electronic image stabilization, so it can go 90 degrees up, 90 degrees down, and it will say so on the screen on the controller how much is tilted. However, I remember seeing the number 135 negative degrees, so not even did it fuck itself up and ran off, it also overcorrected and almost tried to churn its own motor. Whoever designed that piece of AI software needs his kneecaps removed. So yeah, that was fun. That took up like 75% of the remaining battery I had. Also, when it's in panic mode like that, return to home doesn't work for some reason. So that was an interesting experience. And then I could come back, see that I had accidentally dropped my pack in a horsefly nest. So the next hour I was chased by those little bastards through the woods. Oh, that was a fun experience. Fuck. Get your shit together, DJI. You can't just launch products with those kinds of weird feature fuck-ups in it. You need way better control over your drone. If anything goes wrong and it's not loss of connectivity, it should always just remain put. Do nothing, and the controller, the pilot, will fix it. If the pilot can't fix it, he shouldn't be flying it anyway. If it just stays put, you can navigate it back even though you can't see what the fuck is going on screen. Okay, so that's my DJI rant. Sorry about that. I can hear someone out there using a bird call, I'm guessing. Because that is not a natural bird sound. I hope he's not hunting. I haven't seen any signs saying there should be hunting in the area. Maybe it's just one of those bird watcher types. Okay, managed to get to the start, or the end of loop between section 5 and section 6. So the last 5, or the first 5 if you will, will have to be a mystery. This is where I leave Bohusleden and try to make my way back to Denmark.